Just focused, trained on the opponent's king. And
okay, there we have him.
Mamedyarov sits down. He's ready.
And the Armageddon has started. The final game of today in the second day of the finals. Here we go.
So Queen's Gambit again for the third time we've seen today.
Okay.
White, every time in the past, Magnus has brought his knight out. Okay, does it again.
And, well, Shakhriyar Mamedyarov is quite persistent. He chooses the same opening he's done 3 times in a row.
Yep, so we've seen this position before earlier today, but now the first new move, Black challenging White's bishop, and that bishop runs away from a trade. So this is still very standard stuff. Just both sides are now going to develop their pieces, mobilise, and okay, Magnus is the first one to go on the attack to ask the questions of Mamedyarov. That white pawn push, he's trying to push his f-pawn forward to trap Black's bishop, and we see a trade of pawns now, neither side pausing for thought. I think this has been seen before. I think this is still relatively well known, but it's complicated. Black is temporarily a pawn down. Black in return has opened up some lines on the right side of the board, and now both kings are going to rush to the other side. Both kings are going to try and castle to the left.
This pawn move by Mamedyarov is a new idea, actually. I mean, previously Black had always been capturing a pawn that was up for grabs.
Yeah, it looks slow.
Yeah.
It looks slow what Mamedyarov has done. Now he's been forced to retreat his bishop as well. That is not a good sign. He sacrificed a pawn in order to get dynamic, active play, and then he was forced to retreat. And Black's queen coming out will most likely be met by White's king castling away to safety. There we go.
OK, so Magnus ahead on time and also ahead on material, so looking good.
Yeah, but Mamedyarov has been playing relatively fast. That's one thing in his favour. So the time advantage was 1 minute at the start of the game. It's down to under 40 seconds now. So Mamedyarov asking questions. He's pushed his pawns forward. He's trying to go for the white king. That's why Magnus brings back a piece to the defence, just keeping the white king nice and cosy, nice and comfortable. Black's king, meanwhile, pretty much stranded in the centre.
Yep.
Unless Mamedyarov castles and copies Magnus castles on that left side.
OK, and he has copied. And, OK.
OK, Magnus still a pawn up, so if he can just stabilise the position, he'll be very, very happy, but it's costing him a bit of time. He's not sure how to stabilise. I would want to maybe improve the white rooks. Maybe you push one of the pawns forward on the right side. That's where Magnus has his pawn majority. That's where he has the advantage.
And is there anything wrong with making moves like take the pawn, for instance?
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
White can trade a set of pawns. I have a feeling Magnus won't. OK,
and he doesn't.
His knight into the game.
Yeah.
Both sides, I expect at some point to see their kings try and hide in the left corner. Both kings will shuffle away to safety. Eventually, Magnus first just asking questions of Mamedyarov. How is he going to deal with this knight jump? Some pressure on his central pawns now, some pressure on his light squared bishop for Black.
Yeah, and, OK, well...
OK.
And tactics initiated.
Yeah, chaos initiated, because Black is attacking the white queen, and White did not move the queen away. White counterattacked against the Black queen. And... yeah, if these trades happen, if both the queens disappear, Magnus is simply going to be a couple of pawns up. Magnus nodding his head there slightly as well. He thinks he's got this one under control. It does look that way. So knight takes knight, White's queen under fire. Temporarily, Black is a piece up, but White has a selection of pieces to take to recapture. White, for example, can use his knight and take that Black knight in the middle, still attacking and counter-attacking against the Black queen.
Yeah, he can definitely do that, and he's done it. And after bishop takes queen, knight takes queen check, knight takes knight forced.
Yep, so right now, Black's a piece up, but now no longer. And look, everything's getting hoovered off. All the captures. White gives a nasty check. That might have been a surprise from Mamedyarov. Look at Mamedyarov's face. It was a surprise. He resigns. Magnus takes the win.
Wow, and look at that reaction from Magnus Carlsen. I wasn't sure if he was digging the music or digging the victory. He is the winner of this match, Magnus Carlsen, after a thrilling fight against Shakhriyar and Mamedyarov, going all the way to Armageddon for Magnus Carlsen.